Hi, welcome to Woods Creek Workshop. My name is Yuchel. It's a bit messy in the shop today because I've been working on installing the DRO on my milling machine. And one of the challenges that I encountered is the X-axis scale. Although it'll fit physically, it's gonna end up blocking the drain holes for the coolant on the table, and I didn't want to do that, so this is where I perform a little surgery to shorten the glass scale, so I'll be sharing that with you. Last week I received my very first viewer mail, and this one comes to us from Joe Way. He has a YouTube channel called Sierra Specialty Auto, and he does some fun stuff in his channel and his shop, so I'll put a link in the description. Please be sure to check it out. Let's see what he sent us. Ooh, look at that. Nice. No way. Look at this. I'll show you here in a minute. He sent us some stickers, really cool Sierra Specialty Auto stickers. He has a few different kinds. They're really cool. But I also see some from, oh yeah, our friends in Canada. Phil's Project. It's a pretty cool YouTube channel. Oh yeah, one of my personal favorite, Pierre's Garage. That is a fun channel. I enjoy watching his videos, and he's one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Pierre and Phil, they're buddies. They live in the same town, and they have lots of fun time together. Oh yeah, let's look. Steve Summers. He has a YouTube channel. He's got a pretty cool large metal shaper, but lately he's been working on a surface grinder and using his new to him horizontal milling machine that he's restored. He has some fun stuff with that. Shark River Machine. Nice. Oh yeah. Flathead Ron's Garage. You know, it's really nice of Joe to send me not just his stickers, but other YouTube channels as well. That's really cool. I thought honestly there would be just Sierra Specialty Auto stickers, and I'm just excited to see the stickers by other YouTube channel owners that I watch. This is really cool. Thanks, Joe. I have to figure out a place to put these now, and can't be a small one because I already have quite a few here. So once I figure out how I'm gonna display the stickers, I'll share with you what that looks like. Meantime, check out Joe's Sierra Specialty Auto on YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video where I take a huge chance with cutting the DRO scale. Thank you. I'm working on installing my DRO kit, and I'm working on currently the X-axis scale. My table is 9x49, and 900 millimeter scale would have been perfect, but unfortunately the seller did not have that, so they substituted it for 1000 millimeter scale, and I knew about it, and it fits just fine as far as the length of the table goes, but one thing I didn't think about are the drain holes for the coolant that are on the table. Unfortunately, it will block both drain holes, one on the left here and one on the far right, or left and right, and especially once the cover goes on for the scale, it won't be accessible. So I'm going to try to attempt and shorten this. I hope it goes smoothly. Now, I've never done this before, and this could go horribly wrong, but I figured, well, I want it done right rather than cover up the coolant drains. Because I've been thinking about getting a Noga cool mist, fogging, whatever they call it. And I would hate to lose the drains on the table. So, from what I've read is that the glass inside, some of them are glued on and some of them just slide on. So I don't know which this is, but I'm going to take it apart and see what it looks like inside. Those are some small screws. Now, I heard that some brands, this piece is also glued on. So, let me grab a screwdriver and see if I can gently pry this open. A little bit of glue, but it's really not sealed or anything like that. I'm gonna slide the reader that's what it looks like. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. I need a needle nose. Some have two sets of rubber shields. This one just has one. Oh yeah, the glass is glued in there. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, that's a piece of glass all the way. And they're glued every 8 inches or so. See if I can get a better view. So let me regroup, figure out how I'm gonna cut this, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's my plan. I don't have much of a plan. But I'm thinking that I want to cut through the aluminum right here on that would be the top on each end, enough to get a Dremel wheel in there and score the glass so I can snap it. I'm gonna have to do it again because actually this is where I want to cut the aluminum, and the glass has to be about 5/8, well, about 3/8 to half an inch shorter from the edge, so you can fit this end cap on it. So I'm just gonna figure this out as I go along. So it could be a total disaster. Very likely it will be a total disaster. So we'll see. And I know I do have my hacksaw blade on backwards because I do want to cut it on pull stroke instead of push, because I want to really control this. I'm trying to shorten this about 90 millimeters. Again, if the seller had the 900 millimeter scale, it would be perfect, but sometimes you just can't have everything, you know. But it was a good enough deal that I pulled the trigger on it. Got quite a bit of way to go. At the center, it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. I don't think I'm halfway yet. So the dilemma is, if this fails, do I show the video? It's trying to break through at the corner. Let me work on the other end. Poke through there. Let's see. Let me take a look, regroup, and figure out what I'm gonna do next. Well, I think I'm just gonna have to keep on going. Time to cut the other side now. What the heck? Brand new hacksaw. And the pin falls out. Well, that sucks. That's in case if you want to put the blade at 45 degrees. Nerve-wracking, man. Alright, now this is the critical part. We gotta keep on going, but we gotta be really delicate. Alright, it's time to kind of score the glass, and the best that I could come out with without spending $40 on other Dremel parts. I have this real fine bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in there through this cut that I made with the hacksaw, and I'm gonna gently score the glass so I can have a controlled break. That's the plan anyway. Horrible run out. Well, I can tell I'm scoring the glass. Time to finish cutting the lower part here. Then all that that's left is at the very top in the middle where the glass is. Nerve-wracking. Okay. All that's left, it's all cut through here, all cut through there. All that's left is at the very top and middle right there. Let me blow some chips out of there. The blade is touching the glass. I can feel it. Okay, now I think I'm going to be adventurous and try to break the glass. Let's see, I want to make sure that I am moving in the direction that corresponds with where I scored the glass. Scary. Let's see here. I'm going to put a flathead screwdriver on one side of the glass to provide support while I'm bending the glass. I think you heard the crack. Yes. The glass is right there, cut pretty darn straight where I scored it. Oh my goodness. Well, that's the good news. The bad news is I didn't cut this square one side. It's a little bit tilted, so But I need to score that glass again and cut it about 3/8 of an inch shorter. Let me show you what the factory edge looks like. Factory end, I should say. See, the glass is recessed so the end cap can go on, so I gotta duplicate that. Not to mention I gotta drill these holes, tiny holes, and tap them. I may figure something else out. Okay, so I just got done scoring about 3/8 inch further in, and another surgery to perform. I'm gonna put this flathead screwdriver behind the glass to support it, and I'm just gonna have to break it. Let's see, make sure I'm this over here. Look at that. Whoop. That's what the glass looks like. Well, time to file the end, clean up, so I can put the end cap on. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. I may have to figure something out. And the glass, about every 8 inches apart, there's a red piece of rubber that they squeeze in between the glass and the open channel here. And they glue around that to provide the stiffness. Well, when I cut this off, that's where the rubber piece was. So the closest rubber block is right here. That's a long way without the support, so it moves a little bit, if you wiggles a little bit. So I think I'm gonna add some epoxy at the bottom, at the end I mean, just to stiffen it up a bit. Alright guys, I decided to really push my luck. The end where I cut by hand, it was just too crooked. One side was too crooked and I just couldn't live with it. So I decided to push my luck, put it up on my mill, and I'm gonna take very slow light cuts. Now remember, this is just the aluminum part, not the glass. Glass is set in about 3/8 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. So I just gotta make sure there isn't a lot of vibration to shake the glass, and just take very light cuts to even it out. So fingers crossed. Hey, might as well go all out, right? Think that'll work. Okay, so let me quickly show you how the milling went. Nice and flat and smooth. So the end cap will fit in there just perfectly now. Now the end cap is fastened there using 4 of these tiny metric screws, drilled and tapped into the end. I just don't have anything that small, the drill bit or the tap, and I know I'm pushing my luck, and if I got a set of drill bit and a tap, I know I'm gonna just break that tap. So I'm gonna take the easy way out. I'm gonna use this Loctite epoxy and glue that on. I want to put some epoxy on that glass to kind of reinforce that anyway. So before I do that, I'm going to clean off all the old adhesive. It's more of a sealant than an adhesive. Clean that up, and I want to also rough up the surfaces, mating surfaces, to give that epoxy a little more bite. That one's good to go. Now I want to roughen up the ends a little bit on this. Taking an acid brush. I want to gently go in there and brush off any aluminum sawdust that may still be stuck in there. I used the air to blow it all out, but I still see some. Now I'm gonna take some acetone and clean all the mating surfaces. Make sure, take all the grease and oil that may be there, take it all off, so the epoxy has a good adhesion. Sorry about that. Apparently the memory card filled up on my big camera. So anyway, I gotta install the wiper, the rubber seals first, and they just slide back into the slot. And obviously they're a little long now. Go right in there. Wax paper works well for this. And toothpick. I'm gonna put some glue back there too. So I'm gonna put a glob of it at the bottom, at the end, against the scale. Again, because the support block is not there on this side. Okay. Now the end block. Now I should be able to wipe excess off with some acetone, and I want to have a piece of tape ready so I can tape that on. Let it cure, supposed to set in an hour, fully cure in 24 hours. I'm actually going to have it standing up, so the epoxy stays towards the end. Let me quickly show you how it turned out. The end piece is on there, held on completely by the epoxy. There are no screws holding it. And the epoxy is supposed to yield about 3,000 psi of force, and it should be more than enough to do the job done. And it is currently mounted. And here's the cover mounted. Turned out all right. And I do have full access to the drain holes. So I apologize for having to swap out the camera towards the end. My memory card filled up pretty quick. So I'm just having to finish this using my phone. Anyway, I was nervous about cutting the scale. I didn't know how it was going to go. You know, you read all these comments on internet forums and things as to how it should be done, but I haven't really seen a good, like, detailed step-by-step on how one did it. There are a lot of tales, but so I thought I'd film this while I was doing it, and you know, honestly, I was going to show you whether it went poorly or went well. So fortunately, it went well and just as I had hoped. So that's a good thing, I guess. So we'll let the epoxy dry for a while, and we'll mount it on the mill. I don't think I'm gonna share the installation as far as how to, because there are a lot of different helpful, pretty detailed videos on YouTube already on how to do that. But I'll share with you in future videos as to how it turned out. But again, I hope you found this video to be helpful, or at least entertaining anyway. So please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.